Hello, YouTube. Cal Dallas Gamer here with another World. Well, not World of Tanks, Overwatch. um, so this game, guys, I got back into it and I give it a try, and I'm happy to see that there are stuff still improving. But of course, a while back, Blizzard officially, you could say, gave me the last straw and broke the camel's back because I really love this game. I really love this franchise, Overwatch, and I really did want to support the game through buying some stuff in the game, such as Battle Pass, skins, especially skins like since I main Mercy, one of my favorite skins that I purchased, and I feel like this was an awesome exclusive, was supporting women's breast cancer donation, and that skin lets you get the pink skin, and if you bought that skin it helps out the cancer community for that. So me, I find that very awesome. I really love that when the developers are trying to do good charity. But speaking of good charity and developers trying to do something good, um yeah, Blizzard went straight up downhill ever since. I will definitely say when the beginning, when Overwatch 2 was officially released. And the reason why I say officially released is because, in case of you guys forgot what happened back then, in when Overwatch was announced, when Overwatch 2 was announced, a lot of people, they were skeptical, and they felt like Overwatch 2 looked like an Overwatch update but repackaged in order to give you a $60 excuse. And me, at first, I was skeptical as at first, but they include something that honestly I feel like this was supposed to be an Overwatch 1 in the first place, and that was a PvE mode. I repeat, PvE mode. And looking back at it, I really do feel like Blizzard screw up big time because PvE is such an underrated genre, and more importantly, almost every PvE game that I played so far, the community is chill as hell. I repeat, chill as hell. And the reason why, just a reminder what PvE is. PvE is when you as the player team up with other players and you fight nothing but AI controlled enemies. I repeat, you and other players, human players, fight nothing but AI controlled enemies. So in PvE, you are purposely supposed to be overpowered, and PvE is a perfect formula to make you live a power fantasy. And because you're fighting against computer, controlled AI enemies, there's no, you could say, harm or community backlash. None of that stuff. It's just you and a group of other human players having a good time and fighting a bunch of enemies, and you have the power fantasy. That's why Helldivers 2 is super successful because, aside from the very chill community, like it's literally one of the chillest community I've ever been to. The reason why Helldivers 2 is super successful because it gives you a power fantasy that you are a special forces, you're like a one man army, and you fight nothing but AI control enemies, and you fight them en masse. And you, as a single human in game special forces, you fight like a one man army. That's why Helldivers 2 is a very successful PvE game. Now, Overwatch 2, it was supposed to have that. I repeat, it was supposed to have that, but they done away with it and they got rid of it. As a result, it went downhill from there. One thing that it was very disappointing, and it was the main reason why I quit this game, was the toxicity of this community. Speaking of PvE and having a very chill community, this game, since it's a PvP, player versus player, there's a lot of toxicity in this game. Now, here in the background footage, you guys probably might notice it already. That we had a player. He goes under the name Mini Imp, number 29990. We had a player in our team that was acting toxic for no reason in the very start of the battle, and it literally ruined the game for us. This is one of the main reason why I quit Overwatch 2 because of this. It's one of the main reason, but not like the singular reason. One of the main other reason aside from this is the PvE promise was not delivered, and they gave us a shell PvE experience through a game mode that's basically a story mode. And me, I'm kind of still salty about that. And looking back at it, I kind of wish that I never bought Overwatch 2. But Overwatch 2 was quote unquote free for any players that had Overwatch 1. So my biggest regret is continually supporting this game in hopes that it got better. Now, it did got better, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's just a margin. So all this new stuff that this latest update that I'm seeing of me returning to Overwatch 2, it is a vast improvement. I'll admit it is an improvement, especially with the new maps, with the new system of choosing your own map and banning heroes that you feel like it's unfair through team voting selection. I honestly love that, and I also love the fact that you could see what is your top three most played characters through looking at player stuff. But one of the things that still remains in this game that I honestly dislike, and it's one of the main one of the main drivers why I quit this game, is because of the toxicity of the community. So me personally, I'm consider myself a chill gamer, but when I see people purposely sabotaging a game, that's when I myself start to get toxic and start getting upset. And of course, you could say that I start to get induced gamer rage. And yeah, and then that's where I lose my cool, my temperament. And here, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Absolutely perfect example. You cannot make this stuff up. You literally cannot make this stuff up. So here in this background footage, like we started good. That's all I gotta say. We started good, but I started to get upset when this dude, the mini imp, number 29990, started sabotaging the game for no freaking reason. And the only reason why we won is because on the enemy team, one of their teammates got disconnected, so it ended up being like unequal, if that makes sense. And so instead of a 5v5, it was a 4v4. And because on the team that I was on, the team literally was trying their best to win the game. Because again, this is a competitive match. Once again, guys, in competitive match, you do lose something. In random battles in casual mode, you do not lose anything. More than anything, you progress. But since we're playing competitive mode, obviously people want to win. But see, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. That we have people going on competitive mode, purposely sabotaging the game, and then they're the same people that will say, "Calm down, it's just a game." This is what pisses me off the most. Again, I'm gonna repeat this. In competitive mode, you do lose something if you lose. And the whole point of competitive mode is test your skills and see if you could get better by winning. And of course, earning your rank, earning your prestige position of how good you are as a player. But the problem is, we have people like this who is purposely sabotaging the team, sabotaging the competitive match, and it makes the other people loses. And this obviously is gonna upset a lot of people, a lot of players. So once again, if you don't care about winning, play casual mode, play the other modes. Like literally, it's not rocket science, but this is what bothers me. People do this on purpose. I repeat, people do this on purpose. Now, luckily, this game does feature a block system where you don't have to pair up with this individual, and that's what I end up doing. So, yeah. I'm not gonna make this video like a little too long. So all I'm gonna say, guys, is this is one of the main drivers of me stop playing Overwatch 2. Another main driver was the lack, or should I say, the the um, the best way I can put it, Blizzard backing off their promise of a PvE mode, and we had like a bootlegger version of that promise, and it really breaks my heart that to see a beloved um, developer and studio doing this. They literally, I repeat, they literally rip their customers off, and that's something you do not want to do as a business. If you rip off your customers, if you rip off your consumer, then do not expect your company to survive that long, because again, people speak with their wallets. When people are spending a lot of money in your products, in your service, it's because you provided good service, good product, and they want to come back in order to, spend more money, like to, because if you think about the basics of what a business is, it's essentially an individual paying another individual for a service or for a product, and if that individual, the customer, aka the customer, likes the product, likes the service, he or she will most likely will come back for more of that stuff. It's no difference in gaming. In gaming, it's basically gamers want to have a good time with a video game, but if a video game is not fun, if a video game is shallow, like boring, obviously people are not going to play it. Obviously people are just going to drop the video game and go somewhere else. So if Overwatch 2 is dying, it was for that reason, because the gamer studio Blizzard, they literally backed off their promise. They literally made a shallow PvE, and I'm still kind of upset about that. And of course, having a toxic community doesn't help. So when Marvel Rival came out, I clearly remember there were, on the news, especially on YouTube news, there was a lot of YouTubers discussing about the controversy of Marvel Rival and how it upset Blizzard. In my opinion, rightfully so. And Marvel Rival hit the jackpot, all the checkpoints about what to do as a business, as a gaming business, and how to be consumer friendly. And Marvel Rival gained so much popularity because of that. I repeat, they gained so much popularity because of that. And the tragic part is, it's not an American business; it's a Chinese-owned business. And the Chinese-owned business, they understand that if they want people to be addicted to their video game, they need to provide a good, well thought out, fun video game. And they have to pay attention to the community of what the customer wants, because they know the customers are willing to pay for it. They also know that if they become anti-consumer, then guess what? The customer, they'll just freaking leaves en masse. And of course, that's not going to be good for the gaming lifespan. So yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna end it here. But as you can see in the background footage, I'm very upset about this whole toxic community. Why do you think I went into games that it had very chill gaming community? War Tanks, very chill. Helldivers 2, absolutely very chill community. Total War Warhammer 3, even though it's not a PvE game, people mostly play Total War Warhammer 3 for the Immortal Empire game mode, and Immortal Empire is just you as a single player playing against a bunch of AI enemy control, but still the community in that gaming franchise, very chill as hell, and there's a lot of YouTubers and fans that support that game. Speaking of which, Warhammer 40k community, absolutely chill. I've been playing Space Marine 2, and I will feature it in on YouTube. So yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Kadalis Gamer, over and out.